Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap.
Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap.
Let's go. Zen.
Trap.
Zen.
Trap.
Zen.
Trap.
Zen.
Trap.
Protect.
Yo, peace.
Protect your energy.
Welcome back to the Zen Trap. I'm Yogi LG,
Zen P.
and we're here to bring you another Zen Trap Perspective.
ZTP.
ZTP. We got a book review this week, a really good book. How about you tell them about the book, Zen P?
No problem, Yogi LG. The book we're reviewing today is 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. Amazing book. I can't say enough about this book. Again, I could go on for a long time about this book, so I hope we keep it nice and concise. But I'm going to start with you, Yogi LG. Who would you recommend this book to?
Anybody that really is like trying to maximize their days on a daily basis. To me, the book kind of targets like talking about your morning routine and maximizing your day from the start, which is why it's called 5 a.m. Club. So I think anybody that's like looking to change how their days are going, or they're not really like productive or successful, and they're trying to figure out, all right, how can I maximize my days? How can I make things go better? And literally stack up. They even talk about in the book day stacking, right? Where you stack up a lot of different days that are just good until you start realizing that your life is much better. So I think anybody that's kind of looking to do that.
I agree with that. Good days lead to good weeks lead to good months,
Absolutely.
good months lead to good years.
For sure. What about you? You think same type of people or?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, of course, those people looking for self-help, it's a self-help book, for sure, 100%. Also, what I think is unique to Robin Sharma is he tells a story in his books when he's trying to get his messages across. He's
right.
a vivid storyteller, detail overload. If you're a visual person and you like to read books, even if you're into fantasy type books, he gives a lot of details about scenery, feelings, everything. He uses a lot of adjectives, very descriptive. So again, if you're a person that is a visual learner and you like to hear a story to learn something, and it's another book full of bars.
Yeah, for sure. I think I like the story aspect. Because when I first started reading it, it wasn't like your normal self-help book. So I was kind of reading it like, when are we going to get to the part? And then I like ran across the first bar and I was like, okay. So that's how they're getting into it. So I thought that was a really interesting flow. How would you describe the book to a person who's never read it?
I would, again, kind of piggybacking off of what I said, he takes you on a story. It's like a journey for these two people. So he takes you on a story for two people who are pretty much just fed up with doing the routine, fed up with putting limitations on themselves, and just their story towards joining the 5 a.m. Club, like what it means to be in the 5 a.m. Club and what you do. He breaks that down, and again, in details, and he again does it entertainingly, like a drama almost. So you're learning a story and learning how this can apply to your life. Yes. What about you? How would you describe it to somebody that's never read it?
It's similar, but I think what I would add is just like I felt like I was a part of their journey, right? In the book, they talk about this entrepreneur and this artist, and those are the kind of two people that are trying to get into this 5 a.m. club, and this billionaire is leading them to this place of joining this club, right? And so I think that I felt like I was a part of the journey, like, okay, and I could empathize with both perspectives of the art.
Which person would you?
More probably so the entrepreneur than the artist, but I could see myself in both of them. So it was cool to kind of just resonate with a character, because a lot of self-help books don't give you that character line to follow. So if you like fiction books and you want a character line, it definitely gives you that.
I felt like the billionaire.
I believe it. Nah, you are, man. You exude that for sure.
Especially the bar where he was like, I don't care about my vastly possessions. I've given most of it away, and then he's still doing little signs and pieces.
Yeah, it's definitely a really good book for visualization. Like, I felt like I could see what was happening. They described everything so clearly,
descriptive,
so vividly. So I thought that was really good.
So I'm not gonna lie, I had a heads up into kind of how he tells stories, just because I've read another book that was very special that got introduced to me when I was young, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari.
Okay,
Again,
I've heard that. I've never read that.
We probably can add that to the list sometime in the future.
Yeah.
But that is a book as well by Robin Sharma that is very special to me. So I kind of had an idea when I first started reading it how it kind of was going to go, because I know his kind of style of
Okay.
writing a little bit and getting messages across. Can't take away from it, but my favorite part. What's your favorite bars from the book? Because I got bars galore.
I got bars for galore as well. I probably got my phone full of them, but I think the first one I want to kind of rattle off is to find your best self, you must lose your weak self through relentless improvement, continuous reflection, and ongoing self-excavation. I think
That's it, excavation.
Yeah. I think that is probably one of the biggest, like when I read it, I was like, in order to be this different person that I want to be and transform myself into a better person or continuously be that better person, I have to let go of what I'm attached to. Kind of how I've said this before, like your past is almost like a prison. So,
Almost,
but I gotta let my weak self go in order for this new person to come up and show up fully. So
You seen like that little meme of like a little girl with a teddy bear or something, like a little teddy bear, and Jesus is like, give me the bear, and she's like, but I want it, Jesus, and then he got like a big bear behind his back or something.
Yeah,
If you give me that bear, you might get something else.
Yeah,
but I just want this bear.
But I love my bear. For sure. What about you? What's your biggest bar?
Get ready.
Yeah, I'm about to pull some more out.
Please find some more.
Yeah.
I think, my favorite. Let me make sure I get to my favorite one.
All right, let me drop another one while you're looking.
Please.
All right, cool. A child has no trouble believing the unbelievable, nor does a genius or a madman. It's only you and I with our big brains and our tiny hearts who doubt and overthink and hesitate.
What's that mean? That's a lot of words.
But I think we talk about it all the time, right? Like kids have this wild imagination. So he's talking about madmen, people obviously who don't limit themselves, madmen, children, or a genius, right? They all kind of think out on this land of I have no limits. But it's us that puts limits on ourselves. So that's why we strive to be childlike, right?
Yeah,
to give yourself no limits, let your imagination go wild. There's nothing you can't do. Only you put yourself in that box. So that was a good one for me. That's what it makes to me.
That was good.
Okay.
I don't want to sound like that.
I feel you.
That was good.
It's 100 bars in this book for sure.
So many bars.
Yeah.
My favorite bar, and I'm gonna try and speed through some of these lists, but my favorite one, we're only ready to hear what we're ready to hear, something like that.
Okay. That's true.
We're only ready to hear what we're ready to hear. Very simple.
Okay.
And I'll kind of expand on that more when I talk about my favorite chapter because it bigs on that. But that was my favorite bar. But I'm gonna just run through a list of these, and you could stop me at one that you feel. The very things that make you amazing at your craft can be devastating to your home life.
Oof.
Most of the most successful people, their home lives will be in shambles because they're so focused on the goal and task at hand that something falls to the wayside sometimes. And a problem will persist until you get the education it showed up to bring.
Whew.
That's like a karma type of bar. Stop managing your time and start managing your focus.
That's a good one.
If you don't feel observing of abundance, you'll never do what's required to realize it.
Say that one more time.
If you don't feel observing, if you don't feel, I'll replace one of the words. If you don't feel worthy of abundance, you'll never do what's required to realize it.
Okay. Dang.
That's like a self-confidence.
Yeah, for sure. It's all about you.
Part-time commitment delivers part-time results.
We've been on that. You half-ass it if you want to. You ain't going to get the results you want, for sure.
Goal for success is to be accomplished in the world. And that's too much. You go.
Okay. I got another one. All shadows of insecurity dissolve in the warm glow of persistency.
Say that again.
All shadows of insecurity dissolve in the warm glow of persistency.
Yeah, I had that bar listed too.
Just keep going. To me, that's what that says. If you're insecure about something, you're nervous about something, keep being persistent. Eventually, that will start to feel normal.
Breakthrough.
It's that comfortable with being uncomfortable. Like, just it's okay. You're insecure about it, it's okay.
So many little examples. It's almost like losing weight, getting on a new skin routine or something. Yeah, if you work out one day, you probably ain't gonna look crazy different in that one day. But I promise you this: if you work out every day and you work out consistently and be persistent, something's gonna change eventually. Something, I can't say what it is, but something's gonna change.
I'm gonna give. I got one more, and I'm done.
Oh, go ahead.
Please consider that a bad day for the ego is a great day for the soul. That's good. That's clear.
All right. My last two. Ooh, I might got last three. All right. Mother Teresa quote.
Okay.
Ooh, man, so many bars.
It's so many
If
bars.
everyone would clean their own doorstep, the world would be clean.
Facts.
Worry about yourself.
Worry about yourself.
The top of the mountain is the bottom of the next. Victims love entertainment. Victors adore education.
Say that again.
Victims
love entertainment.
Love entertainment. Victors adore education.
I definitely adore education.
Okay, I see what classifier you put yourself in.
All right, so jump into your favorite chapter real quick, since you on that. What was your favorite chapter?
And the last bar.
Okay.
What will people whisper about you when you die?
That's just a solid question, man. That's a solid question.
Favorite chapter. Like I said, there's so many bars in here. All right, favorite chapter is, I was more so really ingrained in the beginning.
Okay. I agree. The beginning was good.
So chapter 3 for me, an unexpected encounter with a surprising stranger. Right. So inside of chapter 3, these people that Yogi LG just mentioned, the entrepreneur and the artist, went to this seminar to hear pretty much a self-help type of person, motivational speaker type speak. It was this very elderly man up there speaking. He gives his spiel. Something unexpected happens. They're left in the room kind of just talking to each other about this thing that unexpectedly happened. And the man giving the speech on there, I think inside of the book, he doesn't tell us like all the things he was saying during the speech pretty much, but he says some of them. He drops like, just gives you a little bit of bars. And then once the people regroup and start talking about what they got from it, and it's this homeless man there too talking about what he got from it. And one of them, I think the artist recorded it and played it back. And some of the other people there was like, oh, I didn't even hear those parts. I didn't even hear those. So again, that goes back to that bar of like, you only kind of hear what you're ready to hear. Yep. So if you're not ready for the information, it don't matter who's saying it really.
It don't.
And I got another bar somewhere on that. So while you tell me what your favorite chapter was, I can look that up. But that's my favorite chapter just because so much happens in that sequence of just sharing bars and kind of sharing the beginning of the journey. And I really like that part. Right. Because the beginning of the journey is usually the hardest. It's usually the most confusing. So I love seeing how stuff starts because you can kind of get the beginning, like the ending starts getting into like story mode, which I'm good with. But like I said, I kind of be knowing like the adjective and stuff. It gets me a little bit. I like the bars.
The bars.
The bars is what
sure.
gets me.
I think my favorite chapter was chapter 10. And I think the title of the chapter is The 4 Focuses of History Makers. Okay. That's when he talks about mindset, heart set, health set, and soul set. So just in that chapter, him talking about these, or they call them like the 4 interior empires. So in that chapter, he's bringing up this 20-20-20 rule, right? Which that rule is you spend 20 minutes of the first hour that you're up doing some kind of workout, some kind of exercise, and then you spend the next 20 minutes of some type of focus or meditation or journaling, and then you spend the next 20 minutes learning something. And he talks about how that impacts starting your day that way with this 20-20-20 rule, but all of that goes into aligning your mindset, your heart set, your health set, and your soul set. And so I think that was just a powerful chapter for me in general. It was really good.
Man, like I said, man, this book full of bars, man. Like I'm definitely gonna reread it. This is definitely one of those I'm adding to the collection. You got a story in your life that relates? Because again, I could read bars for days.
Yeah, I could just keep reading bars, but honestly, just starting my morning routine, right? So I struggle with journaling, right? So I know, like, I can do that first 20 minutes. Yeah, I can do some type of workout, right? I can, and he says, one thing he says in the book is like, this is not rigid. So you don't want to be rigid. You want to really make this whatever it's going to fit your lifestyle. So I think like those that first 20 minutes I don't struggle with, but like journaling and like consistently meditating as every part of my day I'm struggling with. So I think applying these rules, even the other rules he has in there, is like several different type of rules he puts in there, but those type of rules and just applying those to my own life and using them every day. How about you?
That's tough. A story in my life that relates. Yes. Let's see. Story that relates for me. For sure. So when I kind of started like my journey or focusing a lot more on myself, I'll say this is like right when one of those pivotal birthdays. I was just on the journey. I was starting to start feeling good. And then I just started having these super random, I don't even want to call them illnesses, but like ailments maybe. I just, to be candid, I had like some issue where I had to like go to the bathroom a lot. I had an issue where I rolled my ankle working out that put me down and out for a minute. Then once I got those both fixed, I'm thinking I'm back on track. My
Wrist?
My wrist, I got like some a cyst in my wrist. I got chronic sinusitis or something random that happens where we live. So again, long story short, I was about to have to get like random stuff that's just happening. And I'm thinking like, when I was chilling, sitting on the couch, I was cool. Now when I start trying to fix myself, all this stuff. But what you just said, being persistent, even though those things were happening, I showed myself grace. Don't get me wrong. I was frustrated as all get out because even with the sinusitis, and the ankle and things like that, it put me down where I could not work out. Like I couldn't move. It kept me still. And instead of looking at it and staying in that place, because it would have been so easy to just look at it as like, man, I'm the world don't like me. The universe is telling me to stop.
Right.
I could have perceived that as I don't need to keep going.
Yeah, give up. You could just give up.
And honestly, that's the easy thing to do.
That's the easy route.
The funny thing is, people be thinking like the people that I guess do certain things are like the lazy ones or something like that. But it's like, it's easy to be complacent. It's so easy.
Man, easy. I tell people all the time, like, about even when we talk about maximizing potential, right? 5 a.m. club. I already know. When I get up at 5 a.m., I maximize my day, period. There's nothing else to it. You can say what you want to say about getting up at 5 in the morning. Yes, I be tired at night, whatever. I maximize my day when I do it. But it's the easy route to just lay in bed till 9. That's easy.
It's easy.
Easy. So this book definitely brought up times where I was like, all right, I can apply this to my life right now, and I can do this without, it's not super hard. It don't take a whole lot of work, a whole lot of effort.
I got like a couple more bars that I just...
You got to drop?
I just want to drop them because I don't know who's going to read this book, honestly.
Okay. Because, it's a pretty long read.
It's a long read.
15 chapters maybe?
It's a long read.
But
definitely worth it.
It's worth it, for sure.
Every human being does the best they can do based on the level of consciousness they are currently at and on the grade of true power they can command. And if they're in... Oh, well, that's pretty much it. I was about to kind of read the book.
All right, cool.
And then it's like 5 scientific truths behind excellent habits about, we got 3 values for how you make a habit kind of stay. So victory demands consistency and persistency. Following through on what is started determines the size of the personal respect that will be generated. And the way you practice in private is precisely the way you'll perform once you're in public.
That's practice is definitely how you gonna perform. I got one here about being a leader, and I thought this spoke to me. Pure leaders are so secure in their own skin that their main mission is the elevation of others. They have such self-respect, joyfulness, and peacefulness within themselves that they don't need to advertise their success to society in a feeble attempt to feel a little better. But kind of what that says to me is that pure leaders are confident, but they also understand that it's about serving others. It's about serving who they're leading. So I think that was just a super fantastic bar.
I got like 3 more bars.
Run them out, man.
All right. So one person, he's talking about how this again is like, people are gonna get sick of me saying this, motion versus action. Somebody trying to lose weight. Somebody was trying to wait until they lost weight so they could start running.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Or a writer waiting for inspiration before they start writing a book.
Mm-hmm.
If you're running a mental narrative that says you don't have what it takes to be a superb leader, then you won't even start the adventure of getting there. All right, last three. This is
The last three?
I say last three every time. I'm like that trainer where you be pissed at. All right, you say it last. All right. We're all on our paths. We're all exactly where we need to be to receive the growth lessons we're meant to learn. And a problem will persist until you get the education it showed up to bring. If you lack faith in your ability to get your ambitions done, you'll never achieve them. If you don't feel deserving of abundance, not observing, deserving, you'll never do what's required to realize it. I know I'm repeating that again because it's really just this last bar. Human beings are hardwired to act in alignment with our self-identity. You'll never rise higher than your personal story.
That's good.
I'm gonna just stop with those bars.
Hey, as you can see, this book right here is fantastic. I think that ultimately, I'm gonna read this last bar, and it kind of summarizes what the book is about to me.
Because I'm telling you, any one of those bars, we could expand upon and just start telling stories on how.
Exactly.
So, and what bar I get is not the same bars that she gets. It's not gonna be the same bars you get. So that's why you have to read it on your own.
Right. And I think this is a good summary. The way you begin your day really does determine the extent of your focus, energy, excitement, and excellence you bring to it. Each early morning is a page in the story that becomes your legacy. Each new dawn is a fresh chance to unleash your brilliance, unprison your potency, and play big leagues of iconic results. You have such power within you, and it reveals itself the most the first rays of daybreak. And that just kind of is like the powerful statement that says what this book is really about and why that 5 a.m. club exists. Because in the early mornings, you can really make a difference. And each day stacking that we were talking about, you will turn that into months and years of successful days, profitable days, days that you are happy and joyous. So we recommend you join the 5 a.m. club, read the book, put in the work, do the meditation, whatever you need to do to kind of see how you can maximize your day. And again, don't be rigid. Do whatever works for you. Anything else you want to leave the people with, Zen P?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, my people on night shift don't think that you can't be on the 5 a.m. club either. Like,
Facts.
It's mostly, again, expanding on what she said, finding time for yourself. That's what we're talking about here. Finding that time to sit with yourself and recharge yourself so that you may handle the stresses of the world.
Absolutely. So, again, if you on second shift, whatever the first hour of your day is, attack it in the same way you would at 5 a.m.
Yeah, it could be the first hour. It could be when you're getting off work.
Could be. Whatever maximizes your day. Zen P, what can you take away from this book and apply it to your life right now?
I think what I can take away is balancing my time better. I think this book talks a lot about how you can put your focus into something and make it great. Like, this book talks a lot about being a leader. And I think it hints a lot at how you can be a leader in your own right. Like how when he's at certain parts and he has all these different people hired and they focus so much on just doing a good job at their job, whatever that job is, and being excellent and a leader in that. Mm-hmm. But also focusing on having balance. I think I got to work a lot more on figuring out the right balance, because I've always been a person where I know that I can be super focused. I know that if I want to get something done, I can lock in, but it will definitely make the people around me suffer that are close in my life. Like, because I will just be like, I can be one of those people that's just focused,
locked in.
But I choose not to. Like, I want to live a full life. I want to be one of those people who, again, what will people whisper about you when you pass away?
Right.
I want people to have different stories about me. I want my loved ones to know I care about them. I want the people that were around me to feel good when they were around me. And I don't want to be focused on work all the time.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, I don't desire that. I've never desired to be a person that's just ingrained with their work all the time. Like, I want to be multifaceted. So I just want to do a better job of finding those balances and tweaking those routines until I get into a good groove that serves me. What about you? What are you going to take away from this book and apply right now?
I think mine is, he used an example in the book when he started talking about building the Taj Mahal and how it took like 20 years or something. He
Slavery.
talks about, huh?
Slaves built that. I'm just like, I don't even know if that's true.
That's funny though. But he talks about willpower and consistency equal automatic. And I think I have the willpower. It's the consistency that I need to kind of like step up on and consistently be exerting myself into the things that I really want to do. So that was, again, a section of the book that was a bar for me. But it's something that I'm going to apply right now. Do it every day. Whatever you're trying to do it every day. If it's like, hey, I want to, I don't know, find a boyfriend, right? Claim it every day. I'm going to find my husband today. Wake up with that intention. Be consistent. You already got the willpower. Be consistent, and it'll become automatic.
It's an interesting choice of words for an example.
I mean, everybody got their different dreams and aspirations. So whatever that may be.
Do your thing, queen.
For sure.
All right. I mean, read the book, man. Please, get a copy, read the book.
Read the book.
You ain't necessarily got to join the 5 a.m. club. Join the 6 a.m. club. Work your way backwards.
For sure.
It's also a 2020 rule in there. I feel like we would not do this book justice if we didn't mention it the way they kept highlighting it about it even breaks down what they do in that hour in those 20-minute segments. So again, in the back of the book, it talks a lot more about like application. Yep. So even if you got to like skip to the back and just take some of them techniques away, it talks a lot again about habits and how to keep habits and how long it takes to keep a habit. I think if I can, just one more other takeaway that I've kind of learned recently is I used to be a big advocate about multitasking. Like, oh man, I'm good enough. This is my ego. Like, I can do like 3, 4. And again, you in college, you used to like, you can't do that. That's not like, you're not efficient when you do. And I'd be like, whatever. Right. But I don't believe that anymore. I believe that like setting time to focus on, and don't get me wrong, I still multitask, but I try to kind of habit stack. But again, like setting time to focus on one thing, finish that, and then get into the next is definitely way more efficient. Like I've tried and errored it out. I tried my best.
If you don't trust anybody, trust him. He's tried it.
I tried it. Believe me. Don't try it. Don't try to multitask. Just focus. Put your attention on one task at a time. Get it done. Go to the next. Yeah. Even if you don't finish it, set that time. Cut it off. Go to whatever you're doing next. If you do that every day, I promise you will be night and day ahead of where you thought you would have been by multitasking. You would just have these little half-done projects just sitting all over the place.
My first lesson in multitasking was cooking. So my mom just like. That's kind of, she used that area as a lesson to teach me about
how to make a good roux.
Yeah, we learned all that. But just focusing, like that's a great example. When you make a roux, you really can't do anything else because you have to constantly stir it, right? For it to really be good.
Of course, you gotta,
You gotta really focus there and stay there. You want it to brown right and all these different things. And what that taught me is that some things you gotta really put your focus on. And when it comes to like you and your life and being your best self, you gotta focus. You can't spread out and give all your energy to all these different places just because you physically are able to. Mentally, you're not really locked into you. So I think that's great you said that.
And just because you saying that made me think about another big decision fatigue.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
How many decisions you have to make in a day and how it can just drain you.
Yeah.
And how, like, just relating it outside of the book, the best and most focused people, everybody keeps saying they don't have time. They create time for themselves. Create it. For sure. Taking some decisions away. Now, again, you don't have to or may not want to go this extreme, but, like, taking away what you got to wear for the week out of the way or what you're going to eat, like things that you have to do, making those be as less of a decision as possible so that you open yourself up to be creative and figure out ways that you can create time and pockets of time for yourself, just enough to get you recharged so you can go out there and tackle what you want to do.
Absolutely. Anything else you got for the people?
I mean, I could keep talking, but
I think we don't want to go too far. But again, pretty cool book. The author obviously has definitely some New York Times bestsellers out there. Go check them out. Robin Sharma. And then again, this is a review on 5 a.m. Club. Zen Trap Perspective. I'm one of your hosts, Yogi LG.
And Zen P, man. Protect your peace and protect your energy.
We out.
Zen Trap.